the one who is the mercy to the entire humanity of humans and the jinn. He is the one who taught us to use this. So make your intention that when you're using this beautiful creation that Allah created for us, this toothstick, the siwak, make your intention that you're using it because it's the sunnah of the Prophet. It is the way of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, who is the son of Abdullah, mashallah, from the tribe of Quraysh, who is the best of tribes from the tribe of Ismail, and so on and so forth. So I won't get too much into that. But anyhow, I get kind of caught up with, giving love to this best creation that ever lived. And may Allah soften our hearts to loving Him more, inshallah. And so, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, which could mean, were it not that it would be too hard for my nation, I would have commanded them to use this siwak at the time of every prayer. So you could see in this hadith how much the Prophet urged it. He was like, okay, if I didn't think it was too hard for everybody to do it all the time, I would have basically told you, you got to do this every time before you make salat. That's how deep it was. That's how, that's how special this was to him. And definitely it should be special to us too. And as is proved in the authentic narrations, when the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, got up at night, he would clean his mouth with this toothstick, and he would also encourage. He did also encourage us as well to use this all the time, even when fasting, as I mentioned already, and that is because of its great benefits that it offers not only to the mouth but also to the teeth, mashallah. And these benefits include the following: it kills germs, and research has proved that it kills off at least 5 types of diseases causing germs that are found in the mouth. The most important of which is the Streptococcus bacteria, which causes some types of rheumatic fever. The second benefit in using the toothstick, the siwak, it removes food remnants and yellowness from the teeth, and it makes teeth shiny. And so who wouldn't want a polished grill, also known as teeth, a mouth, a very beautiful mouth. When you smile, your teeth are shining, it's a beautiful thing, mashallah. This goes to show how our Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was a very clean individual. It also purifies the mouth by killing germs and treats wounds and inflammations of the gums. And it prevents the growth of germs by increasing acidity in the mouth. It removes plaque before it becomes hard and affects the tissues. It also prevents diseases of the mouth and teeth. It has been proved that it effectively reduces sugar levels and has an anti-cancer effect too. MashaAllah. Beautiful. Very beautiful sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Also, rinsing the nose by sniffing water into it is another great sunnah of the Prophet. When doing his purification, he would put water up the nose while doing his ritual purification before praying, and sniffing up water into the nose and then kind of expelling it has many medical benefits, the most important of which is that it removes accumulated secretions from the nasal cavity, as well as dust that adheres to the mucus lining of the nose, such as house dust, pollen, and airborne spores of some fungi and molds. It moistens the insides of the nose so as to keep the mucus lining in good condition, and removes microorganisms that cling to the inside of the nasal cavity. So clearly this has some great benefits already, as we can see, and studies that were carried out find that the effect of wudu, also known as ritual purificatory washing, that is done before the prayer, on the nasal health has proved that the nose of those who do not pray are inhibited by huge numbers of streptococcus and staphylococcus germs, as well as other bacteria. Whereas the nose of those who regularly performed the ritual purificatory washing, wudu, do not actually contain any colonies of germs, although in a few cases there were small numbers of germs which soon disappeared after they were taught how to rinse the nose properly. So it was a few cases where some people probably just didn't know how to perform that sunnah properly, how to perform that act of worship, because it is an act of worship, in the proper manner. And this is the beautiful thing about acquiring the knowledge in the religion of Islam, because as we know, to learn how to do an act of worship, one has to be taught. And is it not also the fact of the matter that the Prophet Muhammad was taught by Angel Jibril alayhi salam? And he, of course, in the famous hadith, the best of hadith, the hadith of Jibril, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, he came to teach you, or to teach you the religion of Islam. So the angel Jibril, even though he was a teacher to the Prophet Muhammad, he was still not in status the best, because the Prophet Muhammad was still better than him in status, and he is the best of creation, mashallah. So this is just an encouragement to all of our Muslims out there, and non-Muslims as well, to learn more about Islam, to learn about your obligations in the religion for those who are Muslim, learning the personal obligatory knowledge, learning this sacred knowledge in the religion of Islam, which helps maintain your validity of worship, your acts of worship, right? Definitely is something that is stressed upon very much so on this channel, Healthy Muslim Productions, and I make it my intention to teach the personal obligatory knowledge, along with many other extra subjects that would help definitely bring enlightenment and happiness to the hearts of the viewers and listeners. May Allah guide us all and allow us to die in the state of Islam, pure submission to Allah, with the best of intentions. Ameen. And so, how could one know if they're doing any act of worship in a valid manner unless they first learned it. In Islam, you see, knowledge is taught from the mouth of a scholar to the ears of the student. You see, we as the nation of the Prophet Muhammad, we are not among those who just read books and then say, hey, I've learned something here. Yes, we do read books, and yes, we are the people of intellect, but when knowledge is passed, and this is the sacred knowledge I'm speaking of, when it's passed on to another individual, it is passed from his teacher's mouth to his ears, to the student's ears, and to his heart, even more importantly. And the reason is because we have a golden chain going back to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. We have this unbroken chain, rather I should call it, going back to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. So therefore I can say that my teacher learned from a teacher who learned from a teacher, and so on and so forth, all the way back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And no other religion, no other so-called religion out there that they claim is from God can do the same. Now you go ahead and ask the Christian or the Jew, did your teacher learn from a teacher who learned from a teacher, so on and so forth, until it reaches the Prophet Muhammad, or their prophet that they claim to follow? The only thing they can tell you is either I don't know or no, it doesn't. And if they say it does, then they are definitely either mistaken, lying, or don't know what they're talking about. So you basically ask them, where's your proof after that, and they won't be able to come up with it. Not in the senses and not in the way that we do as Muslims, because we have names of people, this guy and this guy and this guy. You're giving names and places and your detailed facts. Okay, so all praise belongs to Allah for this deen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So the full bathing ritual is also another aspect of our cleanliness as Muslims. And Islam also prescribed washing the entire body and made it obligatory or recommended, and even stated the maximum length of time which one cannot go beyond without doing the purificatory bath, the ritual purificatory bath. And the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, it is the right of Allah upon every Muslim that he should do the ghusl, which is the full ablution, also known as the purificatory bath, every 7 days, when he should wash his head and body. And this is narrated in the books of hadith by Al-Bukhari and Muslim, according to the interpretation. Now this achieves the aim of purification and keeping the entire body clean, and removes a large number of microorganisms that live on human skin. Now, medical sources state that the skin is regarded as a habitat for a large number of bacteria, fungi, which live on the skin, and at the hair roots, the number of which varies between 10,000 and 100,000 per square centimeter of skin. On uncovered areas of skin, the number varies between 1 million and 5 million per square centimeter, and this number is even greater in damp areas such as the groin and armpits, raising the number to 10 million per square centimeter. Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah. And this is another thought, as we said that uncovered skin, it even reaches higher. Okay,